overall energy at the bottom of the deck is the Page of Pentacles. Okay, so let me just look this over for a moment and see what messages are coming through. There is certainly, I want to say, some conflict this month. Because we have 2 5s here, and these 2 5s talk about, together, they talk about some type of argument or battle where one is victorious over everyone else. So there's something here about being kind of greedy or selfish in a situation. Now that could be you, or it could be somebody you're dealing with, okay? Okay, so I think some of you are a little apprehensive about somebody new coming into your life. I feel like this could be a friend of your significant others that you haven't met yet, or maybe you have, but you don't really know them that well. I feel like in the month of August, there's something about this individual that just kind of puts you off. You don't feel right about them, and I think for you, it feels as though it jeopardizes your security or your sense of happiness in your relationship. And I think you and your partner may argue about this person, and it may be that somebody needs to make a choice. It's almost like you're giving an ultimatum to your partner, saying, look, it's that person or it's me. It's either you think this person is a bad influence on your partner because maybe they go out a lot, maybe they're single, you feel like they're immature, but it could also be that this person is of the opposite sex, right? Or the same sex, but there's an attraction there. There's a romantic attraction there. And it makes you feel, and I'm getting this mainly for male Tauruses. I don't really feel it for female, but I feel it more for the male Tauruses. There's like either another female friend that comes in and you think, this is a bad influence on my partner, or it's that this person, you think that there's some romantic thing between your partner and this other person. You think that there's a chemistry there. And it causes these arguments, and you're putting the ultimatum, it's either me or that person. But you feel like they're jeopardizing your happiness and your relationship. I know this sounds more like a love reading, so I'm sorry if it starts that way, but that's the first message I got with these cards. As far as giving that ultimatum, I don't see an outcome other than I think in the end you may look back at how you handled the situation, and there may be certain aspects of it that you think I could have handled differently. Okay? So when it comes to your words, and it comes to, you know, how you handle the situation, just be careful, because when you give ultimatums, you may not get what you like, right? I mean, they may not turn out the way that you want them to. So just be careful with that. Be ready for the consequences of an ultimatum. Other than that, I think that for others of you, there's opportunity here, and I think this opportunity comes in via a friend, or when you're out engaged in some type of event. And you're meeting new people and you're networking. So I think you may meet somebody this month, gives you an idea or gives you an opportunity, and it's sudden and it's unexpected and it's a blessing. But I think you may be a bit apprehensive about taking this opportunity. It's a decision, you know, and the Lover's card here, this card is really about a decision. more than it is about a couple. So you can continue down the path you've been going, or you can go in an entirely new direction, and this entirely new direction will lead you down a path that's blessed, okay? It's something that is meant for you, but you're apprehensive about doing it. And I feel like you're apprehensive because it's so sudden. And for you as a Taurus, you know, you like to take your time and analyze things. You like to take your time when moving. So you may be a little bit nervous about jumping on this opportunity when it becomes available, but ultimately, I think it would be beneficial for you. I think if you don't take this opportunity, someone else is going to take advantage of that opportunity, and it's not going to be you. And you're going to look back on it and say, I wish I would have just done it. I wish I would have went for it. The Page of Pentacles is the overall energy. It's telling me that this is a new opportunity. There's a communication here about financial opportunity or some type of job opportunity or investment. There's something here at the beginning of the month that you really should pay attention to. I think you may be more about your emotions this month in August, but the cards are telling you there are opportunities coming in for you financially as well, or in the realm of work. So pay attention to that, and be rational, be logical, and also don't be afraid to try something new. Let me get the clarifying cards here, and we're going to look at this a little bit more in depth. I want to look at the Three of Cups first. A friend wants to help you out of a challenging situation. So, you know, if you've been struggling to find work, or you've been struggling with finances, or you have an idea that you wanted to implement and you haven't been able to do it as of yet. Maybe a friend knows somebody and they're trying to help you. They're trying to get you out of this situation, because this is up on the Three of Cups, okay? So I feel like there's a friend coming in who really wants to help you, and you have to go with it. You know, sometimes you just have to go with it and not be afraid. Not always think the what ifs are going to happen, right? Look at the Five of Wands here. Five of Wands, for those who this relates to in a business sense or a financial sense, other than romantic. This talks about leaving behind something that you're not passionate about and devoting yourself to something you are. Learning how to do something that you're passionate about. And I think that's what this friend, there's some opportunity here. It's bigger than you realize at the time, right? It's like it happens and you're apprehensive about it, but it snowballs into something great, okay? There's plenty of opportunity opening up for you. That's why this is a whole new path. This is a major arcana card, the Lover's card. When you go down this whole new path, new doors are going to open, new possibilities. So don't be afraid of change. That's what you're doing here. If you're afraid of change, you need to open yourself up to explore new avenues, you know, new routes of going, of being, of living, because it's going to make you ultimately very happy with the Ten of Cups here. This is going to lead to your happiness, lead to your joy, lead to your fulfillment. So on the Five of Wands, you know, with these cards coming up, it's talking about having enough faith and courage to go after what you want. Because I feel like you're fighting yourself, or you're fighting this opportunity. You're fighting this direction it's more like you're fighting this direction that life is taking you in. And I feel like it's the universe blessing you. It's a pleasant surprise. But you're not perceiving it that way because you're too afraid to let go of what's been in the past. It's like you need to do what is best for you, and what makes you happy. It's time to really figure that out. Whether it's romantically or financially, it's really about, look, is this really working? Is this really... You know, it's questioning. But at the end of the day, dear Taurus, the message is, try something new. Do something new. Because whatever you have been doing, it's not working anymore, and it's not going to get you where you want to go come this August. I think with the eclipse happening, this is a whole new beginning, a whole new chapter, and things you've done before, you can't continue to do after this eclipse. It's just not going to work. The universe is going to make it so that it just doesn't work that way anymore. Okay? So you have to do something new. You have to try something new, and don't be afraid, because it's going to lead to, ultimately, your happiness. Okay? And I know how hard that is. I have a son who's a Taurus, and believe me, when it comes to change, or it comes to doing anything new, oh my goodness, like what it takes to push him. Even just a new restaurant, you know, it's like he knows what he likes what he likes, and if it's new, he's like very apprehensive about going. Whereas I like to try new things. So, needless to say, we can drive each other crazy sometimes. Let's look at love, Taurus. Singled and coupled Taurus. What is coming up in August? Oops, what is coming up in August? Alright, we have the High Priestess, Queen of Wands, Wheel of Fortune, Two of Cups, the Moon, Three of Pentacles, Strength, Four of Swords, not Wands, and the King of Swords. The overall energy at the bottom of the deck is the Seven of Wands. Alright, let me just look this over. Interesting that we have a Queen of Wands and a King of Swords that either you have fire in your chart or you have air in your chart. It could be you coming up in the reading, either way. But I'm getting a lot of messages here, so just give me a second. I'm sorry. I want to say that for some of you, there's like a need to fight for your relationship. I feel like communication may be lacking in your relationship. I feel there's a lot of things left unsaid. Now, with that being said, I do feel that both of you see your relationship as, you know, this is my twin flame. This is the person I want to be with for the rest of my life. So I don't feel like it's like, you know, make or break. Okay? I feel like it's really just about learning to communicate better with one another. Because there's some issue that you may be dealing with in the month of August. And you may have opposing views about how you want to handle this situation. So you're both in defense mode, and you're both defending, you know, your beliefs, but you're not taking the time necessary to really look at the other person's perspective and collaborate rather than oppose one another in whatever the situation is. It's about looking for the middle ground. It's about really hearing your partner and their concerns and why they feel the way that they do. I feel like I'm getting communication big time, big time. Something about communication is lacking, okay? You really need to work on that in your relationship because it's ultimately leading to, I don't want to say secrets per se, it's not bad secrets, it's just you're not openly expressing yourself emotionally or, you know, verbally. You're just kind of like, I think this is the month where that changes though. I think this is the month where you're understanding that and you and your partner are understanding that. Now the trick is, though, don't be too analytical or bossy, or don't be too passionate, or don't be too, you know, emotional about it. You need to find a balance, I feel. Now, for those of you who are single, this is going to be an interesting month. Let me look here for my singles. So there's a couple messages here for you. For one, okay, we have either, male or female. I'm not going to do the gender of the card, but you could have a fire sign around you. You could have an air sign around you. So a Leo, Sagittarius, Aries would be a fire sign. Air sign would be Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. Okay. Predominantly, the fire sign I see Leo because we have the Strength card here. But ultimately, I'm seeing a situation where somebody has a secret crush on somebody else. And this is the month in which I feel that's going to come out. Okay? This person's finally gaining the strength, whether it's you or the other person, you're gaining the strength to tell that person how you feel. I want to say for some of you, this may be someone you work with, or maybe someone you have worked with in the past, someone that you've collaborated with in the past. But for some reason, there's something about being on defense mode or feeling like you have to defend yourself or this person. You may be beating them off with a stick, kind of, like, you know, they're really, really interested in, once they let you know, it's kind of like, you know, that it may catch you off guard and you may feel a little like, well, I need to think about this. And they're wanting to, like, take you out right away, or they're wanting to set up a date. And you're like, well, you know what, I need to think about this. You Tauruses, you always got to think about it. Or if you're the one interested in someone, it may be that they're doing that to you, you know? They're the one who's saying, well, okay, well, they're taking it a little too slow for you at first. Let's look at the Two of Cups. Friend. Yeah. So if you're, you know, obviously if you're female, you're going to be this female coming up in the reading, the young woman. That says to me that this is someone you haven't been with romantically in the past. This is a friend. And this is someone that ultimately, this is a card that's showing in the future tense, is joyfulness, happiness. This is a person that's going to bring you joyfulness and happiness. So if you're the female and, you know, here you are coming up, this is a friend, this person, if you're the male, this for you is the female, okay? If you're heterosexual, this is the female showing up for you. This is a friend of yours. This is someone you care about. And this is someone that ultimately, you know, is someone you want to be with. They make you happy. And again, for those of you who are in a relationship, this is a partnership where there is a friendship, there is a strong connection there. There's just a lack of communication that needs to be worked on. Let me look at the Seven of Wands. Yeah, I think, okay, for my singles, this is somebody that maybe, sorry, I can't talk today. What's wrong with me? I'm doing readings all day. I'm sorry. This is somebody that I think ultimately wants a commitment right away, or this is someone who moves a little too quick for you because you weren't even expecting it to begin with, kind of like it just kind of came in, it kind of happened. So you're wanting to take your time, you know, so you may feel like you have to let this person know, hey, this is where I am. Let's take things a little bit slower here. That doesn't mean it's not going to work out. It just means either you or this other person, you're just really excited to be with this person, you know. And it is a fortunate blessing, this person. I just think at first they may move a little too quick, that's all. Again, for those of you who are married or are coupled and going through communication issues, ultimately it's about listening to your partner and not just being lost in your own thoughts. It's about listening to your partner. That's where the blessings come in. That's where this is fortune, and this is fortune, Wheel of Fortune. That's when things change, okay? It's about not just hearing what you think you're hearing and being on defense mode and only listening to what you need to be defensive of, but actually hearing your partner out. And that's going to change everything, okay?